Had you ever felt like you were trapped in an endless cycle of negativity, draining by the actions of someone seemingly bent on sowing discord? What if you could not only shield yourself from such toxicity but also reclaim your peace of mind, emotional well-being? Dealing with toxic people is an unavoidable part of life, yet most of us are unprepared for the emotional and psychological battles these interactions can provoke. In the modern world, toxic individuals are not confined to dark alleys or dramatic soap operas. They might be lurking in our offices, sitting across from us at family dinners, or inserting themselves into our social media feed. Their tactics are subtle and often socially camouflaged, making them difficult to detect until the damage is done. The stakes are high and managed. These interactions can lead to long-lasting emotional scars, sapping our happiness and productivity. Recognizing this pervasive issue is crucial, yet it is only the first step. To truly protect ourselves, we must master strategic and assertive techniques that go beyond mere coping. This requires transforming our approach from reactive to proactive, ensuring we are not just survivors but strategic players who control the game. It's about building a mental and emotional fortress that is impervious to the chaos that toxic people thrive in. This article will equip with 10 powerful strategies to handle toxic people effectively, turning potential vulnerabilities into strength. Let's delve into these tactics, prepare for battle, and turn the tide in our favor. Number 1. Early detection of toxic behavior. Recognizing toxic behavior early is akin to identifying the enemy before the battle begins, an essential strategy for anyone determined to maintain their mental and emotional strongholds. Toxic individuals often operate under the radar, their destructive tendencies masked by charm or manipulation. Like skilled infiltrators, they weave through the defenses of unwary individuals, planting seeds of discord and unrest. The first step in mounting an effective defense is to understand the common traits of toxic behavior: excessive negativity, manipulative tactics, self-centered aims, a constant need for control, and a penchant for creating drama. These behaviors are not just irritating, they're a calculated assault on your peace and productivity. Recognizing these signs early can transform the battlefield, allowing you to engage on your terms or disengage before serious damage is inflicted. Why wait until the walls of your resilience are breached? Identifying these traits early empowers you to strategize your interactions, set boundaries, or exit situations before they escalate into emotional warfare. This preemptive awareness is your radar system, always scanning, always ready to signal the approach of trouble. Moreover, early detection is not just about avoidance, it's about preparation. Knowing the full arsenal of a toxic person enables you to devise counter-strategies that protect your interests. Whether it's through communication tactics that deflect manipulation or emotional buffers that prevent negative energies from penetrating your psyche, preparation is your strongest ally. Consider this: a general who knows the enemy's tactics and movements can predict the course of battle and turn the tide in their favor. Similarly, when you recognize toxic behaviors early, you claim the advantage. You convert potential crises into manageable encounters, ensuring that your emotional resources remain fortified against those who thrive on upheaval. Thus, sharpen your observational skills and trust your instincts. When you detect the subtle signs of toxicity, respond not with fear or submission, but with the strategic calm of a seasoned warrior. Equip yourself with knowledge, fortify your boundaries, and prepare to defend your peace with the cunning and resolution of a true tactician. The battle against toxicity is won with the mind as much as with the heart. Number 2. Establish boundaries. Establishing firm, non-negotiable boundaries is not just a defensive strategy. It is an act of war against the insidious nature of toxic intrusion. In the arena of life's conflicts, these boundaries act as fortified walls, protecting your mental and emotional realms from being overrun by the chaos that toxic individuals thrive upon. Just as a fortress uses walls to keep invaders at bay, setting clear boundaries provides a buffer zone that keeps the destructive tendencies of toxic people at a safe distance. Consider the act of boundary setting as laying down a gauntlet. It is a clear, unmistakable declaration that you are not open territory for psychological warfare. These boundaries aren't just suggestions, they are firm lines that, when crossed, have tangible consequences. This might mean limiting contact with a manipulative family member, setting strict rules for interaction with a negative coworker, or cutting ties with a deceitful friend. Each act of boundary setting is a brick in your fortress wall meticulously placed to ensure your personal safety and well-being. But why is this necessary? Because without these boundaries, toxic individuals can infiltrate your life at will, sapping your energy, clouding your judgment, and diverting you from your path to success. They feed on the lack of resistance. They grow bolder in the absence of opposition. By setting boundaries, you not only protect yourself, you also signal to others that your mental and emotional health are not up for negotiation. Moreover, these boundaries empower you. They transform you from a passive victim into an active defender of your own life. With every boundary you set, you reclaim a piece of territory in the battle for your well-being. You assert your worth and your right to emotional and psychological peace, and you teach those around you that your respect and dignity are paramount. The critical need to set these boundaries cannot be overstated. They are your armor, your defense, and your proclamation of sovereignty. In the face of toxicity, they are your strongest allies, enabling you to navigate challenging interactions with strategic precision and inner strength. Remember, the battles you choose not to fight are just as important as the ones you do. In setting boundaries, you choose your battles wisely, ensuring that each conflict you engage in is on your terms, and each victory is a testament to your resilience. Number 3. Assertive denial. In the relentless battlefield of life's interactions, asserting no as a complete sentence is not merely a verbal gesture, it is a powerful strike in the art of self-defense and a declaration of independence against the onslaught of toxicity. This two-letter word, when wielded with precision and confidence, acts as a shield, a barrier that stops toxic invaders dead in their tracks. It is a weapon in its own right, symbolizing resistance, autonomy, and the refusal to be subdued by another's will. Why is such a simple expression so powerful? Because in the dynamics of toxic relationships, whether they be personal, professional, or passing interaction, the word no sets a definitive limit. It communicates that you are not a passive landscape to be walked over, but a sovereign entity with your own rights and choices. It disrupts the expected pattern of compliance and submission that toxic individuals rely on to dominate and control. Using no assertively is an act of empowerment. It frees you from the chains of obligation and guilt that toxic people forge to ensnare their victims. It is your verbal armor against manipulation, a clear signal that you are not available for exploitation. By saying no, you reclaim your energy and direct it towards activities and relationships that respect your boundaries and contribute positively to your life. Moreover, no is an essential tool for maintaining mental clarity and emotional strength. It prevents you from overcommitting, a common rap for those who struggle to set boundaries. Each time you assert no, you are practicing self-respect and encouraging others to recognize and honor your personal space and limits. However, wielding this tool requires courage and conviction. You must deliver no with absolute certainty and without apology. Toxic individuals may react with surprise or aggression, but their response is a testament to the effectiveness of your defense. They are being forced to confront a boundary they cannot breach, and with each assertion, you fortify your defenses and enhance your resilience. In conclusion, no is not just a word, it is a strategic move in the chess game of human interactions, a move that speaks of strength, self-assurance, and the unyielding determination to preserve one's own agency. Embrace the power of no, let it be your battle cry against toxicity, echoing through the corridors of your interactions as a reminder that you are the master of your fate. Number 4. Emotional armor. In the psychological warfare that toxic people wage, your emotions are the battleground. If left unprotected, they become vulnerable to manipulation and chaos. Thus, donning your emotional armor, maintaining a critical emotional distance is not just a defensive tactic, it is an essential strategy to safeguarding your inner peace and mental health. To fortify your psyche against the sieges of toxic individuals, you must first cultivate an awareness of your emotional triggers. These triggers act like hidden landmines. Once activated, they can cause you to lose control over your reactions. By understanding what sparks your emotional responses, you can begin to disarm these triggers or step around them, maintaining your composure and keeping your strategic advantage. Another powerful method to preserve your mental fortress is through the practice of emotional detachment. This doesn't mean becoming cold or unfeeling. It means choosing not to invest your emotional energy in toxic dynamics. Imagine yourself as a general on a hilltop, observing the battlefield from afar. From this vantage point, you can see the attacks for what they are, manipulative tactics meant to destabilize you, and respond with calculated logic instead of knee-jerk emotion. Visualization techniques are also vital in your arsenal. Before entering potentially toxic interactions, visualize yourself shielded by an impenetrable barrier that repels negativity. This mentally not only prepares you to face toxic behavior but also reinforces your subconscious belief in your own resilience. Moreover, grounding exercises such as deep breathing, mindfulness, and meditation can strengthen your emotional armor. These practices help center your mind, anchoring you in the present and preventing toxic influences from sweeping you into turmoil. They ensure that you respond to provocations not with impulsive emotions, but with the calm authority of a seasoned warrior. Finally, the act of setting and adhering to personal limits is crucial. Define clearly what you will and will not tolerate. Communicate these boundaries assertively and enforce them without exception. Each time you uphold these boundaries, you reinforce your emotional armor, making it increasingly difficult for toxic behaviors to penetrate your defenses. By implementing these strategies, you transform your emotional landscape into a fortress. Within its walls, you can remain calm and composed, turning the emotional warfare of toxic individuals to your strategic advantage, thus preserving your mental health and ensuring your emotional well-being remains unassailable. Number 5. Selective engagement. In the relentless combat of daily interactions, not every provocation warrants a confrontation. The art of selective engagement, choosing your battles wisely, is a critical tactical advantage in dealing with toxic people. This strategy is not about avoidance or passivity. It's about conserving your energy and focusing your efforts where they will be most effective, ensuring your battles that truly matter. Toxic individuals thrive on the chaos of constant conflict. They seek to draw you into petty squabbles, draining your resources and distracting you from your goals. Engaging with every minor irritation not only saps your strength but also diminishes your control over more critical situations. Like a skilled warrior, you must learn to distinguish between provocations that require your attention and those that are mere distractions. Adopting the stance of strategic disengagement involves recognizing that some battles are simply unwinnable or unworthy of your time. When faced with minor provocations, ask yourself, will engaging in this conflict serve my greater purpose? Will victory improve my situation, or will it just feed into the toxic cycle? If the answer is no, then these provocations should be met with a strategic withdrawal. Implementing this approach means mastering the art of indifference, showing that you are unaffected by petty attempts to unsettle you. This sends a clear message that not all tactics used against you will provoke a response. By choosing not to engage, you retain the upper hand and keep your adversaries guessing about your next move. Moreover, by ignoring these minor provocations, you reserve your mental and emotional resources for significant conflicts, those that impact your core values, personal boundaries, and important relationships. Here your engagement should be decisive and powerful, underpinned by the full force of your focused attention and energy. Selective engagement also involves recognizing when a tactical retreat can be a strategic victory. This is not about surrender, but about redirecting your efforts towards more fruitful endeavors, those that enhance your strength and position you for success in the overarching war against toxicity. In conclusion, the wisdom of selective engagement is crucial in the arsenal of anyone dealing with toxic individuals. By choosing your battles wisely, you conserve your strength, maintain your focus, and ensure that when you do choose to engage, you do so with the full might and conviction of a warrior poised for victory. Number 6. Documentary shield. In the strategic landscape where toxic individuals maneuver, documentation serves as a formidable shield, a defensive to of utmost importance. Keeping precise records of interactions isn't merely a bureaucratic task. It is an act of safeguarding your narrative and fortifying your position against potential disputes or manipulations. In the relentless warfare against toxicity, a well-maintained log of events is akin to armor plating, providing robust protection when you are most vulnerable to attack. Documenting interactions meticulously is a proactive measure that prepares you for the eventuality of conflict. Toxic individuals often rely on the ambiguity and fluidity of verbal exchanges to twist reality to their advantage. By creating a concrete record, whether through emails, text messages, or detailed notes, you establish a verifiable trail of evidence that to refute false accusations and reveal the true nature of interactions. This record becomes your sword and shield in battles where the integrity of your words is questioned. Moreover, the act of documentation empowers you with clarity and confidence. It enables you to review and analyze past interactions, providing insights into patterns of behavior that might not be evident in the heat of the moment. This retrospective vision can be crucial in developing effective strategies to counteract toxic tactics and in reinforcing your psychological defenses against future assaults. The documentary shield also serves as a deterrent. When toxic individuals understand that their words and actions are being recorded, they are often less inclined to engage in overt manipulation. The transparency created by this practice adds a layer of accountability that tempers the actions of those who might otherwise feel emboldened to exploit perceived weaknesses. In addition, keeping records aids in maintaining your mental focus. It allows you to detach emotionally from the situation, approaching it with the analytical rigor of a tactician rather than the raw reactivity of an embroiled combatant. This emotional distancing is critical in managing your responses and in staying true to your strategic path. To effectively wield this documentary shield, you must be systematic and consistent. Every interaction with the potential for toxicity should be documented, and these records should be stored securely and organized methodically. In the theater of conflict, where words are weapons and memories can falter, your documented evidence stands a testament to the truth, a beacon guiding you to the fog of psychological warfare. Number 7. Direct communication. In the arena of human interaction, direct communication that speaks with authority is not merely a tool, it is a weapon, sharpened to ensure that your words not only resonate but also command respect and influence. When dealing with toxic individuals, the ability to assertively articulate your thoughts and means becomes essential for maintaining control and dictating the terms of engagement. Assertive communication requires a clear, strong voice and a firm but fair demeanor. It involves expressing your views and feelings openly, honestly, and directly without violating the rights of others. This style of communication is the hallmark of a leader, a warrior who does not falter under pressure but commands the battlefield with decisiveness. First and foremost, your posture speaks before you do. Stand or sit straight, make steady eye contact, and use a calm, composed voice. These physical cues send a message of confidence and authority, setting the stage for your words to be taken seriously. A slouched posture or wavering gaze, in contrast, can undermine the perceived strength of your message. Next, use clear and concise language. Ambiguity is the ally of misunderstanding and manipulation. By being precise in your speech, you leave little room for toxic individuals to twist your words. Start your statements with "I" to emphasize ownership of your opinions and feelings, such as "I believe" or "I feel." This not only personalizes your message but also prevents the implication of blame, which can escalate conflicts. Moreover, modulate your tone to fit the message. Calm, steady tone conveys control and is less likely to provoke defensiveness than an aggressive or acute return. Even when discussing sensitive issues, maintaining a level tone will help keep the conversation grounded in logic rather than emotion. In addition, be resolute but not rigid. Assertive communication also involves listening actively, acknowledging others' perspectives, and being open to negotiation where appropriate. This balanced approach demonstrates respect for the interaction and can disarm those who are accustomed to combative exchanges. Lastly, practice makes perfect. The more you engage in assertive communication, the more natural it will become. Role-playing scenarios with a trusted friend or coach can be an excellent way to hone your skills. By mastering these techniques, you ensure that your voice is not just heard but respected. Like a skilled warrior wielding a well-forged sword, your words will cut through noise and confusion, establishing your presence and authority unequivocally in every conversation. Number 8. Alliance formation. In the relentless battle against toxic influences, no warrior stands alone. The formation of alliances, cultivating a robust support network, is a strategic imperative that not only bolsters your emotional defenses, but also amplifies your capacity to manage and repel toxic behavior. These alliances serve as your comrades in arms, providing reinforcement in times of need, and ensuring that you do not face the psychological skirmishes of life in isolation. Building a strong support network in with individuals who reinforce your values, share your perspectives, and are committed to mutual respect and support. These allies can be friends, family members, colleagues, or mentors, anyone who contributes positively to your emotional well-being and empowers you to stand firm against toxicity. The importance of these alliances cannot be overstated. First, they provide a sounding board for your experiences. Toxic situations can often skew your perception, making you question your reality, a psychological tactic known as gaslighting. Your allies can help validate your experiences, offering perspectives that affirm your feelings and perceptions, and counteract the distortive effects of toxic encounters. Moreover, a strong support network offers practical advice and emotional solace during times of conflict. These allies can share their own strategies and wisdom, providing you with new tools and approaches to handle difficult situations. They are your confidants and counselors, whose insights can fortify your own understanding and resilience. Additionally, the presence of a supportive group creates a psychological buffer against the isolating effects of toxic behavior. Knowing you are not alone, that you have a legion of supporters ready to stand by you, can significantly reduce the stress and anxiety associated with dealing with difficult people. This sense of community is a powerful antidote to the often divisive tactics employed by toxic individuals. To effectively build and maintain these alliances, invest time and energy in nurturing these relationships. Be as supportive to your allies as they are to you, creating a reciprocal relationship of trust and support. Regular communication, mutual respect, and shared experiences are the bricks and mortar that will strengthen these bonds. In the theater of life's conflicts, remember that the strength of a warrior is also in the army they build around them. Your allies are your strength, not just in numbers, but in the shared resolve to maintain a healthy, supportive environment free from the destructive influence of toxicity. Number 9. Strategic retreat. In the art of warfare, both ancient and modern, a strategic retreat is often as vital as a courageous advance. Understanding when to withdraw from a toxic situation that is beyond repair is not a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of wisdom and strength. This tactical retreat preserves your resources and sanity, allowing you to regroup and refocus on more productive and healthy engagements. The concept of strategic retreat in dealing with toxic people involves recognizing that not all battles are worth fighting. Some conflicts are so entrenched in negativity and manipulation that they offer no potential for a positive outcome. In these scenarios, the bravest and most strategic action is to step back, disengage, and extract yourself from the environment. This decision is grounded in the recognition that your mental and emotional well-being is your most precious resource. Continuing to fight in a losing battle against toxicity can lead to significant psychological wear and tear, which can affect all areas of your life. By choosing to retreat, you conserve your energy and protect your well-being, keeping your spirit intact for battles that are truly worth fighting. Moreover, withdrawing from toxic situations is an exercise in setting and enforcing personal boundaries. It sends a clear message that you value yourself too much to be dragged into endless cycles of dysfunction. This act of self-preservation is often respected by others and can inspire those around you to also consider their own boundaries and the toxic situations they may need to escape. Executing a strategy requires careful consideration and planning. It involves assessing the situation thoroughly, consulting with trusted allies, and making a calculated decision that the cost of continued engagement outweighs any potential benefits. Once the decision is made, it is crucial to withdraw decisively and gracefully, without unnecessary drama or confrontation, which could exacerbate the situation. Ultimately, knowing when to pull back is a skill that denotes high emotional intelligence and strategic acumen. It reflects a command of your own destiny and an understanding of your limits. It is the mark of a true warrior, one who fights not just with bravery but with foresight, ensuring their survival and success in the long-term campaign for personal peace and emotional security. Number 10. Aftermath recovery. After the dust of conflict with toxic individuals settles, the real work begins not on the battlefield but within the sanctum of your own mind and soul. The aftermath of such encounters often leaves a residue of stress and negativity that can impair your future engagements and overall well. Thus, aftermath recovery through self-care and reflection is not merely beneficial, it is essential for rebuilding your strength and extracting valuable insights from the experience. Engaging in self-care after a toxic encounter is like a warrior tending to their wounds post-battle. It involves deliberate actions to restore your mental, emotional, and physical balance. This might include activities that promote relaxation and rejuvenation such as meditation, exercise, spending time in nature, or pursuing creative outlets. These practices help cleanse the psychological and emotional strain accumulated from dealing with toxicity. Moreover, self-care acts as a reinforcement of your self-worth. It is a profound affirmation that you deserve peace and healing, a counter-narrative to any messages of inadequacy or criticism that toxic individuals might have tried to implant in you. By prioritizing your well-being, you reinforce the belief in your own value, which is critical for maintaining self-esteem in the face of future challenges. Reflection, on the other hand, is about looking back with a critical yet compassionate eye. It involves analyzing the conflict to understand what triggered the toxic dynamics, how you responded, and what outcomes were achieved. This isn't about dwelling on the past or berating yourself for perceived mistakes, but about learning and strategizing for future interactions. Reflective practice allows you to distill wisdom from hardship, turning painful experiences into lessons that fortify your psychological armor. Ask yourself, what boundaries were tested or crossed? What strengths did you discover about yourself? Were there signs you missed? How can you respond more effectively in the future? This process of inquiry is crucial for evolving your strategies and enhancing your resilience. In conclusion, the phase of aftermath recovery is where you turn scars into shields. Through self-care, you heal and fortify your body and spirit. Through reflection, you sharpen your mind and strategies. Together, these practices ensure that you emerge from toxic encounters not only intact but stronger, wiser, and more prepared than ever for the challenges ahead. In the ceaseless battle against the toxic forces that permeate our lives, mastering the art of defense is not merely beneficial, it is essential for survival. This discourse has equipped you with 10 potent strategies, each a critical piece of the arsenal needed to navigate and neutralize the chaos wrought by such detrimental interactions. From the vigilant early detection of toxic behaviors that prepares you for impending storms, to the firm establishment of boundaries that guard your personal sanctuary, each tactic is a step towards fortifying your resilience. The powerful simplicity of no acts as a verbal shield, deflecting unworthy battles and preserving your energy for conflicts that truly matter. Meanwhile, maintaining emotional distance ensures that manipulative tactics falter before they ever reach the core of your psyche. Documentation of every interaction creates an unassailable record, a factual bastion against the mists of deception that toxic individuals might weave. Speaking with clarity and authority cuts through the noise, ensuring your voice commands respect in the cacophony of daily life. In forming alliances, you build an army of support, each member ready to fortify your defenses and provide counsel in the darkest of times. Knowing when to retreat tactically from battles destined to yield no true victor preserves your strength, while the reflective practices of aftermath recovery transform scars into wisdom that armors you for future encounters. These practices are not isolated acts but a cohesive strategy for thriving amidst adversity. Thus, I implore you to wield these strategies not tentatively but with the boldness of a warrior. Integrate them into your daily life, making them part of your routine interactions. Mastery of these tactics is not just about claiming momentary peace, It is about evolving into a stalwart guardian of your own well-being, equipped to face any challenge with poise and assurance. Embrace these methods, refine your defenses, and advance through life with the unshakable confidence of one who is master of their own destiny.